Good morning. So this morning is a redo. Oh, excuse me. I've got the hiccups and I can't get rid of them. So this morning is a redo of yesterday morning's daily devotional on the words silent and listen. And I think it's really ironic and hilarious that I did yesterday's video and the sound did not work, which is why I'm doing a redo today. So, one of the things that I talked about yesterday was that listening to your own silence and being silent with yourself allows you to listen to yourself, allows you to hear your inner dialogue, allows you to hear your inner message. And we are all spiritual beings living in a physical form. Doesn't matter who you are. That's the way it is. Now, in that knowing, we all have a connection. We all have a connection to each other and into our physical form and to all of our pasts, however many lifetimes past that goes. So being able to sit in silence with yourself and be at peace with yourself teaches you something. I know people who for years now have lived in homes where there's a TV in every room, the radio's going all the time. Now they have their nose in their phone or in their computer 24/7, and they never take time away other when they're sleeping. And then I know people who actually sleep with the TV on and the radio on. They are constantly being stimulated. They've done studies on the brain. That's not good for you, just so you know. But the words themselves, silent and listen, have all the same letters. So there's a message there. There's a message in our own community knowledge as to how important those words are. Yesterday I read a poem, and I'm going to read the same poem today because I love it. It's a beautiful poem. It is by John Henry Bonner, and this book was published in 1954. So it's kind of old. The Morning Ride. Her horse is saddled at the gate. The morn is bright and sheeny light. In silvers all the lawn and round the morning flashes. The great peonies pose in state, and the roses bow good morning now. And fair Virginia's frisking dog before her gaily dashes. Behold, she comes! The lilies rise and tiptoe stand to touch her hand, and flattering aspen scatters pearls before her oblation, and hummingbirds and butterflies mazy thread flit round her head, and mockingbirds full-throated sing ecstatic salutation. Her queenly step the grasses know, and bend them down to kiss her gown. The birds flit near to see her lips like cherries ripe and fruity. The horses move nimbly to and fro with mincing dance and playful prance, eager to feel upon his glossy back the stately beauty. Her classic limbs deposed with grace, away, away, an almond spray bends after as 'twould follow her whose fingers gently swayed it. The dream of love is in her face, the world is new, all fair and true, and from her loyal heart she sings the grand God who made it. I love that. The reason I like this is it's a poem that talks about the actions of the plants and her connection to the earth around her as she goes for a horseback ride. One of the reasons I've always loved horseback riding and loved horses and being outside is that it harkens to days that you and I would be connected to the earth, and everything that we did day in and day out, we would be working with the horses and the cows, and we would be living off the land, and we would be connected to the seasons. And that's the way it was for millennia. It's only recently that we don't have that connection. And the reason that poem goes with the daily thought, that devotional, that mindfulness of silence and listening, is that poetry, for me, I love poetry because it's a type of prayer. It gets you in a different place. The poet has brought you to a place of stillness that you can think about the lines that are not written and the message that is not clearly stated, but it gives you that feeling of meaning and that feeling of that silence and stillness in your moment as you're reading it. I used to write lots of poetry. I don't write so much anymore, but poetry has an essence to it and a feeling. And if you sit in that silence and you really listen to the words and what is not said, you get an even deeper meaning. So today's devotion is about pondering, listening in silence, and that those words are very close and they have meaning, and we all should take more time to sit in our own silence. Again, I encourage everyone, take a half hour out of your day and turn all your electronics off, your phone, your radio, your television. Disconnect, go outside. Really immerse yourself in the sun and the earth and the rain and the snow and the wind and the heat. It's all connected. We are all part of that ecosystem. It's only in recent history that we have pretended to be disconnected from that. I actually saw a video on the feed yesterday, or maybe it was a couple days ago, where they talked about there's actually a whole therapy called forest therapy, and I think that's wonderful. To be able to, instead of go see a therapist, you just go outside for a walk. More of us need that. Really, more of us need that. More of us need to be able to get out and be in the woods. And even if it's not a strenuous hike, you don't have to hike 5 miles, but you need to get outside. It's helpful. So I hope you all have a beautiful day and a day of peace within yourself, and some moments of silence that you can sit and listen to your own inner being. Have a beautiful, blessed day, and I'll see you tomorrow in prayer. Blessed be.